Here as the Big 8 tournament champion.
And Hokie Homer turned Husker, Nathan Brennan.
Everyone knows that I'm the smartest person here.
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Brought to you by Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. This is On the Block with Strick and Nate.
We're just going to let this ride out a little bit. Just give everyone a second. I don't know about you guys. I've got my head bobbing. Eric Strickland, he's got his head bobbing. Ladies and gentlemen, it's game week. I'm Nate Brennan. He's Eric Strickland, the Husker Hall of Famer, 9-year NBA vet. 402-464-5685. Starter Heyman text line, Honda of Lincoln hotline. As always, we want to hear from you. Because like I said, it is officially game week. And I'm not going to lie, we talked about it a little bit there. We talked about it a little bit on Happy Hour. And I'm going to carry it over into On the Block. But before I do so, I want to make sure to let you guys know to send your college student a taste of home with breakfast breads from Beatrice Bakery. We have some here at the station. They are absolutely fantastic. See, that's the good thing about stuff like this. We get to try it so we can let you guys know. I won't steer you wrong. I won't tell you anything that I don't believe. These are absolutely awesome. So head over to Beatrice Bakery. Breakfast breads, apple streusel, peach streusel, pumpkin streusel, banana nut, all kinds of stuff. BeatriceBakery.com is the website. Now that we got through that, I hope I've got everyone hyped up. I hope I've got everyone ready to go. We've got some text on the text line. I got some chills. You got that right. Gus gave you serious goosebumps. Absolutely love it. Darren, that's what I'm talking about. We're ready to go. I don't know about you, Strick. I'll go ahead and throw you into this. I know that you're over in Turkey right now, but even though you're not in Lincoln, you're not in Ireland yet, you got to be drinking the Kool-Aid a little bit.
I am. I'm ecstatic. Just this good wind down time, getting a chance to see something fresh and new, and I'm hoping to see something fresh and new when I get to Dublin. I'm talking about, passion, energy. Guys getting to the ball, guys getting off the ball. I just want to see some deep, bombs and some nice draws and plays that we haven't, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want to see something fresh and new. I'm excited. So I'm looking forward to getting into that stadium and what Nebraska is going to bring to the table. I'm excited, bro. I really am.
I completely agree. Now, I'm not Mr. Kool-Aid, so I'm not going to give that. I think that title still belongs to Vershawn, but wanted to make sure. That'll be our open here for the rest of the week. I know it's game week. It's the first game week. Probably depending on how the game goes, we'll decide if we're going to keep it or not. But by all indications, if the game goes well, maybe we'll keep it around. It seems like it's getting people pretty excited. And you know what really got me excited, Strick? I'm going to go ahead and play this for everyone if they haven't already heard it. So Casey Thompson. Took to the podium before they ended up leaving for Ireland, said some really great things. So I want to make sure to go ahead and play that for you guys. So this is right now, this is Casey Thompson breaking down Northwestern. Here it is.
Northwestern is a 4-down front, also known as even. That's their main front. Number 99, I think, is their best defensive lineman. He's really good, has a really good motor. They have a couple of transfers. And they had one transfer from Stanford. The two interior D linemen are transfers. And then they lost the safety, number 16. I think his name was Newsom, transferred to Notre Dame. So they got a new starter back there at safety. But they have some good players in the back end, but they're predominantly 4-down front. They play cover 4, and they rotate a little bit. They mix up, and they'll go one high. They'll go zone and man. They bring pressure occasionally. There's certain situations they like to bring pressure. Still studying the red zone defense, and I'm still studying, certain situations and formations. But we have a pretty good idea and game plan so far. We used kind of this last week of training camp to prepare and put a good game plan together. So Today's Sunday, and I feel very confident that we have a great game plan already going in to Ireland before we get on the flight. But I would say 99, their defense lineman definitely stands out on film. And then number 11, he played corner last year, the defensive back. I would say he probably has the best speed over there. I think he was a 10.6 100-meter track guy, so he has good speed on the outside. So I think they have good talent, and it's a good defense, and I'll be excited to line up against them.
Strick, I'm going to get your thoughts, but the first thing I'll say before I throw it to you, it just blows my mind how, like, there were so many times during what he said, I was like, okay, he's done. Like, he proved his point. Like he understands, he gets the defense, and he kept going. Like, this guy's mind, like, he is ultra focused on Northwestern. And the fact that, like, this is one thing, I know it's a quarterback's job to know this kind of stuff, but for you to able to just rattle it off in a minute and a half at the podium in front of close to 100 media members, and to just spit it off like that. I mean, this kid is focused. He is ready to go. And we're talking about drinking Kool-Aid. That right there is a perfect reason why.
Listen, I've read scouting reports and I've read details and I've broken down film on specific players. I have a kind of recollection in mind in a similar manner, great in play recall and stuff like that. So it was very reminiscent of what being someone who's very gifted in studying and breaking down and understanding the depth of scouting reports. That's phenomenal. I'm intrigued. I'm even more intrigued now, getting a chance to hear that, because it went beyond the field. It was beyond the field. You're not just talking about on the field stuff. You know, a lot of people can take on the field stuff. That's when you really get into the intricate details. That means he's very detailed oriented. He's not just stuck on positions and formations and, you know, locations and where they like to come from. He's looking at specific details and understanding maybe how they catch up. If they get beat, what type of recovery speed they have, just different things like that outside of the game, understanding where guys have left, who's coming in, where they're coming from, what type of possible, problems that they may have at that specific area that I'm going to be watchful for in the game. All of those details are great, man. That's phenomenal stuff. And I'm definitely looking forward to seeing him in action.
A big part of it too is we always talk about player buy-in and culture. I'm not going to say that Casey Thompson is paving the way. I think players like Garrett Nelson have been kind of the pioneers for this culture that we see at Nebraska, kind of this chip on your shoulder going into this season. Scott Frost has talked on it too. Like, these guys, like, you can tell in the locker room there's some frustration. There's a little bit of a chip on your shoulder. And I just see a player like Casey Thompson, despite the fact that this is his first year putting on that N, his first year in Lincoln, his first year playing for Nebraska, you look at a player like that and you can't help but think, okay, this guy's bought in. Like, you're not going to this extent to talk to the media, to go over the entire game plan, to focus and study and things like that if you're not entirely bought in. Like, it's one thing to want to play in the NFL and all that, and it's another thing to, like, put your money where your mouth is, man. Like, this guy, look, we need to see him walk the walk. I understand that, and I know it's a lot of hype because we haven't seen it on the field. We still need to. But like Nick said, this is all that we can go off of. We haven't seen him play in a game. We haven't seen him put on a Nebraska uniform outside of the spring game, which, in my opinion, showed us absolutely nothing. So it makes me think that it's all coming together, and it's just one of those things. And I talked about it on Friday, Strick. It feels different. There's something about it, and I don't know if it's Casey Thompson. I don't know if it's the coaching staff. I don't know if it's just the transfers as a whole. It just feels different, and it feels like this is Nebraska's time to really make a statement. Week 0. It's the only primetime game being shown. It's on Fox. Eyes are going to be on Nebraska, whether you like it or not. Whether you want to watch Nebraska and Northwestern play football, listen, it's football on a Saturday. Like, the eyes are going to be glued on this game, and it's your time to make a statement.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Gus on the text line says Stricky's ready for quarterback draw on first, second, and third downs along with overthrown seam passes. No, that's the old. I want something new. Yeah,
Right.
That's what I'm really looking for. So no, I'm not looking for that. That's the old. Jory speaks more my language on the text line, on the Starter Heyman text line. Jory speaking more my language. I want to see clean, disciplined football, protecting the football, taking every possession with accountability. Don't beat yourself with turnovers, mistakes, all these freaking false start penalties and just dumb penalties.
Right.
I'm done with that. And then I want to see a good run game. I've talked to you about that. These first 3 games, I really want to see an established run game, and then to be able to pass with effectiveness and efficiency when it's time to do so. I think you've got to pound and dominate, and we're going to talk more about that a little bit later. But yes, I'm more in Jory's corner when we're talking about what I expect and hope to see in this upcoming weekend. No doubt.
And then Rubber Duck says, I feel like there's a better buzz in Lincoln this week due to the fact we have a new quarterback and it's fresh and new. I think that's a big part of it. And I think he's right that it is fresh and it is new. And that's something that we haven't seen, especially at the quarterback position, in quite some time in Nebraska. And like Strick said, what is it going to take for Nebraska to win? What are the things that we focus on? What are things they need to do this upcoming Saturday to walk out of there with a dominant win? 402-464-5685. What's the number one priority for Nebraska heading into their game against Northwestern against Ireland? We want to hear from you guys. Me and Strick will discuss after this. You listen On the Block, 93.7 The Ticket.
Happy New Year! That's months away. Just practicing. And I entered the Nebraska Lottery's Powerball First Millionaire of the Year promotion through September 12th. Buy a Powerball with Power Play ticket and enter the voucher number to win a trip to New York City for New Year's Eve 2022 and a chance at $1 million. Oh, that's great. Got another horn? Just a noisemaker. Yeah, that'll do.
Powerball, top prize odds, 1 in 292 million.
Can you name one thing that's more exciting than football in Nebraska? Okay, maybe not, but there's something that comes close. Scratch tickets from the Nebraska Lottery. That's right. Choose from a variety of play styles with huge top prizes. There's something fun for everyone. So when football isn't on, pick up some scratch tickets from the Nebraska Lottery.
Play is good. Go play. Odds vary by game.
Not headed to Dublin to watch the Nebraska football season opener? Don't worry, we've got you covered. You can tailgate and watch the game right here. Join 93.7 The Ticket, Ambition Electric, and Steve's Garage Doors here in our parking lot for a tailgate and watch party. Joe from Ambition Electric will be serving breakfast and lunch while our hosts get you ready for the game with the Ticket Tailgate pregame show. And best of all, it's all free. The Nebraska Northwestern Tailgate and Watch Party, August 27th, beginning at 9 a.m. right here in our parking lot at 330 North 48th Street. Brought to you by Ambition Electric and Steve's Garage Doors.
Action Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electric brings exciting career opportunities for you or someone you know. They are now hiring plumbers, electricians, and HVAC techs and installers to continually build their professional team. They offer competitive pay and full benefits packages that include health, dental, vision, PTO, and 401k options. Action has created a positive team environment for over 50 years. Apply online at actionlincoln.com.
They might win, they might lose, but either way, you have something to say about it. Don't miss the Husker After Party postgame show immediately following every Nebraska football game. Nick Sainert and Jake Bachhoven give instant reaction, quotes from the players and coaches, and take all your phone calls with thoughts on the game. It's the Husker After Party postgame show, only on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Sponsored by Action Plumbing and Heating, Gary Michaels Quilliers, and Brandt Excavating. Nebraska fans, it's almost time for college football season. Brokers Insurance Agency in Lincoln is a proud donor of Nebraska athletics. Brokers Insurance Agency is located at 33rd and A Streets in the heart of Lincoln. At Brokers, they can help you with all your insurance needs. Let them worry about your insurance so you have more time to enjoy the college football season. Call one of their licensed agents today at 402-420-5353 or visit their website at brokersinsurancenE.com. Go Big Red.
Bauer Infrastructure is a new name from a well-established brand, and they're paving the way to progress.
And they're hiring. Bauer Infrastructure is hiring truck drivers, carpenters, truck mechanics, and equipment operators. And they have industry-leading benefits to maintain a work-life balance. Bauer offers paid time off and paid holidays, a matching 401k plan, medical, dental, vision, life, and disability insurance, a clothing allowance, and more. Start your new career today by applying at BauerInfrastructure.com.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service, bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. It doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934. HIS Auto Care, 7th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
This is Dan Friedman. Between 2010 and 2019, distracted driving caused more than 40,000 car crashes in Nebraska, resulting in over 14,000 severe injuries and deaths. Please keep your eyes on the road. If you have a smartphone, put it away while you're behind the wheel. It will help keep our community safe and secure. This message is brought to you by Friedman Law Offices, helping injured people. It's what we do. It's all we do. Find us at friedmanlaw.com today.
Sandhills Global is hiring. Check out sandhills.jobs for more information. Sandhills is looking to fill hundreds of new openings in sales, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Sandhills has a professional culture and is fast-paced with a focus on growth, innovation, and leading-edge technologies. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Apply today at sandhills.jobs.
Hi, Sean Callahan here of HuskerOnline.com, inviting you to join us here on 93.7 The Ticket every Saturday morning now. In our new time, we're on from 8 to 9 with the weekly Husker Online radio show. We'll give you the latest in recruiting. We'll talk about what's going on with both football, basketball, and we'll probably share a few stories from the inside. It's every Saturday morning right here on 93.7 The Ticket. It's the Husker Online radio show from 8 to 9 a.m.
Back to On the Block with Strick and Nate on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
A very happy Monday to all of you. It is officially game week. I'm Nate Brennan. He is the Husker Hall of Famer, 9-year NBA vet Eric Strickland. 402-464-5685. That's the Honda of Lincoln Hotline Starter Heyman text line. As always, we want to hear from you because it is game week. I know you guys are excited. I hope you guys are ready to go. I'm feeling good. I really do. I genuinely do feel good. We asked a question before the break. We said, what is the key to Nebraska's success? What do you guys want to see? 402-464-5685, Honda Lincoln Hotline Starter Heyman text line. We want you guys to chime in. And chiming in right now is Sean, or maybe not Sean. Maybe we lost Sean. That's unfortunate because I think Sean probably had something that he wanted to say about that. But that's beside the point. 402-464-5685, Honda Lincoln Hotline Starter Heyman text line. What is the key to success on Saturday? I've heard a lot of differing opinions. I've heard a lot of different things. Strick and I will go ahead and talk about it, but obviously we want to hear from you guys. So, Strick, I'll ask you. I know you're a big run the damn ball guy. I understand.
No, because you're trying to paint the narrative on Stricky. You know why Stricky said what I said. Look at you, fun. We gonna box real good when I get back in the studio.
Hey, listen, I'm all about running the football, but outside of that, or I mean, maybe we can talk about that too. What do you think specifically Nebraska has to do in order to come out not only with a win on Saturday, but a dominant win?
I think they have to dominate the field position game. I think they have to win that. Meaning that in order to dominate the field position game, you have to have very good special teams play, right? That means on kickoff. I mean, I'm not talking about just on punts. I'm talking about on kickoff, on punt returns, on punts. Being able to direct the kicks, to be able to put, so like if you have a defensive punt return to the right, and so you need to put it either on out of bounds to the right with some depth to it, 35, 40 yards plus on it. And the defense needs to be going that way. Don't kick it to the left and you've got a right defense, to defend the punt.
We've seen that before.
You know what I'm saying? Don't do that. I mean, so they've got to be as disciplined and precise as what I'm hearing from Casey Thompson, just in his study and all of that. I'm hoping that the rest of the team is doing a lot of the same type of work and being precise on what they're supposed to do, keeping in their lanes and all of those things. So the special teams game's got to be on point. That's including field goals. That means when that ball breaks anything 35 below, you want to see a high percentage of those kicks going through it. If you can't, put it in the end zone. I'm saying they need to have this year, they need to have a high percentage of their end zone, their red zone efficiency. I think that needs to be high. I think it was very disappointing last year. So you have those components definitely in the special teams winning that battle as far as field position. I think also they need to dominate the front line. I'm saying on both sides of the ball. We need to see that ball either being stopped. I want to see a good percentage of high tackles for losses. I want to see gang tackling. I want to see pursuit, meaning that ball breaks the rush in, and the DB ends up doing with his job and supposed to turn that thing back in. I want to see inside out pursuit. I want to see that stuff. Those are the things that shows that you are active and actually doing what you're supposed to do defensively. I want to see the line getting off the ball, but also in their pull game. I want to see some stuff like I saw in a video on Twitter with Cam Jurgens going out and pancaking somebody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I want to see that again. Those are the things I want to see. I want to see the defense. I want to see that there's a bend but don't break mentality. Okay, you're going to give up some yards. It's the first game. You don't know exactly what they're going to try to do, what they're trying to accomplish. There's going to be some. I just don't want to see the mistakes. I don't want to see the big breakdowns that is allowing big plays to happen. And then I want to see the last thing I want to see is minimization of turnovers. If they keep turnovers but then create turnovers, if I'm seeing some of that beginning to start for the year, I'm hoping we can see a continuation of that throughout the year, and they should have a pretty productive year.
Starter Heyman text line. Gus says, my main objective is for both sides of the ball and special teams be efficient with great effort, meaning go execute the game plan with little or no mistakes, penalties, missed assignments, etc. Just have the players do what has been asked of them, nothing less, nothing much more. Augie says, no turnovers, no dumb penalties. Run the damn ball. There you go, Strick. I know you like that one. Corey says, defense has held up their end of the game pretty consistently through Frost's tenure. It needs to be the offense that holds up their end, and now. I like what everyone's saying, and this is one thing that a lot of people haven't said, and I want to get your guys' thoughts. My biggest thing is we understand it's week 0. Listen, there are going to be times that we're frustrated. There are going to be some things that don't go our way. Mistakes are going to happen. It's week 0. But the biggest thing that I want to see is jump ahead early. Like, I want to go ahead, defer. I'm all for that. If Nebraska wins the coin toss, defer, put the black shirts out there. Hold them to a 3-and-out. And when you get the ball, that first possession, run it down their throat. And I'm with you, Strick. Run the ball 10 times, 65 yards on the ground. If you throw it a play action or two, fine. Run the ball the very first time you have it and run it down their throat. I want it to be 7-0 after both teams have had the ball. Because I'm not going to lie, and I've talked about this a little bit too, if we go into halftime and Nebraska is sitting at, 10-7, 10-10, I don't feel good. I don't. I honestly have a sick feeling in my stomach if that's the case. You need to put it on them and put it on them early. And I think that's something that Nebraska hasn't done in the past. They've let teams hang around. They've kind of played this back and forth game. And I just really think, especially the mentality of going into this season, the juices are flowing. Put last season in the past. Go up early. And I feel like a lot of people aren't really talking about that, but I think especially for the morale of this team, you got to get up early.
I agree. I think they need to. I think they need to push the pace. I think they need to push the tempo. I think they need to wear him down. That's why I think the running game is important for this. For this definitely this first game. I think it helps that you have a more of an opportunity to secure the ball. You put a very you put a big onus on that for the running backs. Hold on to that thing this game. We're going to go to you, and so I'm hoping that that's the case as well. The minimizing of turnovers is going to be a key, because turnovers can lead to just the things that I just said. It leads to bad field position. It leads to pressure on the defense. We've got to get first down. So we've got to move the ball. You know what I mean? It can't just be, 3 and outs. We need to, that's what I'm saying about taking field position, because you may get stuck on deep in your own side of the field. You need to be able to push that ball up to either kick it and then let the defense hold, or you need to be able to push the ball to the other side of the field for field goal opportunities. So I think that's going to be a key. I think it's going to be a key.
Are you focused at all kind of on the interactions on the sideline between Frost and Whipple? Because Joe says Frost needs to shush and let Whipple do his job. I think that's kind of a big factor of it, is watching maybe their dynamic on the sideline.
So are we sure that Whipple's going to be on the sideline? Are we sure he's not going to be in the box?
All I know is for the spring game, he was on the sideline. I don't know if that means that he will for this upcoming game, but during the spring game, he was on the sideline.
Okay, well, if that's the case, I mean, I just think I'm sure they're probably having discussions to where things are going to go the way that they're supposed to go, and then they're going to have conversations when they need to have conversations and discuss things. They'll probably do that in preparations that coming out at the halftime, any adjustments. They'll maybe have those discussions. What I would like to see from Coach Frost is managing the game. Just being focused on the different nuances that happen throughout the game. Things that they need to do, things that they may need to adjust. And be able to move around all the different, categories on the field, which is the running back, the special teams, to be able to have different conversations with everybody, in that space. So I'm hoping he's not going to be solely focused on Whipple and allowing Whipple to do what he's supposed to do.
This is why we appreciate the text line. Jory says, per Frost, Whipple will be on the sideline. So that is officially will be on the sideline. Again, he was there for the spring game, and it looks like that's going to be the case. John in Cortland says, what up, Strick? Think you're jumping over to Ireland. Have a great trip. Catch you after you get back. So you're catching some love here on the text line, Strick. People are excited. They know because you're going to be at the game, right?
Yes, I will be at the game. Mm-hmm.
Awesome. And I know you're going on a little bit of sabbatical right now, too. Well, we got to take a break. We have Shootout with Strick next. Again, keep those texts coming in, guys. It's an exciting time to be a Nebraska fan because we have a clean slate. Last year is in the past. Lots of positive momentum moving forward. Something to keep your eye on. Shootout with Strick is next. 402-464-5685. Go ahead and call now. $15 to Buffalo Wings and Rings on the line. I'm not going to tell you guys the category because Strick thinks that everyone ends up looking at the Google machine when they do that. So not going to give out the category quite yet, but 402-464-5685 on the Lincoln Hotline. We want to hear from you. Shootout with Strick. It will be next. $15 Buffalo Wings and Rings right here. 937 The Ticket.
Sunday morning. It's quiet, not in a weird, too quiet way. Calm, peaceful, tranquil. You pour yourself that cup of coffee. You slice yourself a hearty chunk of one of Beatrice Bakery's breakfast breads. Now, maybe you're an apple streusel guy. Nothing wrong with that. I can respect that. Personally, I'm a turtle nut man. Something about those pecans. But the real ones know, don't sleep on that date nut bread. Sweet, but not too sweet. Nutty, not overly. The perfect morning treat. Beatrice Bakery. Online at BeatriceBakery.com. Welcome to our world of yum.
Please enjoy these next few moments of relaxation from Scott and Greg at Mendoza Family Insurance. If you would like to feel this relaxed about your home, auto, business, life, or commercial property insurance, please give Scott or Greg a call today at Mendoza Family Insurance.
93.7 The Ticket. Fox KFXL weather. Sponsored by Security First Bank. A relationship you can count on.
Patchy fog this morning should give way to mostly sunny skies this afternoon. will top out near 88 with winds out of the south-southeast at around 10. Should stay mainly clear tonight with a low of 63, and we'll bump those temps up just a bit for your Tuesday with an afternoon high of 91. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
At Venue Catering and Events, we offer two of the most historic ballrooms in Lincoln. The Jasmine Room, located in the historic Grand Manse in the heart of downtown, featuring a beautiful built-in antique bar, spacious patio, and soaring skylit ceilings. The Scottish Rite Ballroom, located just 2 blocks from the state's capital, boasts intricate hand-carved columns, rich, dark wood floors, and lavish chandeliers. The perfect venues to host your wedding, corporate event, or much more. For availability and more information, call us at 402-603-6483.
The dog days of summer are here. Is your yard in need of a touch-up as we head into the fall season? August, September, and October are the months for aeration, and Penner Sprinkler and Lawn is the place to call to get the job done right. If you're noticing any issues with your sprinkler system through the hot summer months, they're always a call away, and they're already scheduling installs for sprinkler systems for next year and all other lawn care needs. Call Penner Sprinkler and Lawn today at 402-413-1215.
What do you want?
Hi, Mr. Carpenter. I'm Luke from down the street.
Oh, yeah. You shoveled my driveway last New Year's Eve.
Yes, sir.
Thanks. Although you missed a few spots.
Well, the reason I'm here is to give you this Nebraska Lottery Powerball with Power Play ticket and voucher.
You bought this for me? Why?
Well, I noticed you spent last New Year's Eve all alone. That's no fun. So through September 12th, you can buy a Powerball with Power Play ticket and enter the voucher number in the Nebraska Lottery's Powerball First Millionaire of the Year promotion, and maybe win a trip to New York City for New Year's Eve. Plus, you'll also get a chance at $1 million to become the Powerball First Millionaire of 2023.
Well, that's really very nice of you. You're a fine young man. You be careful walking home.
Yes, sir.
But stay off my lawn.
Through September 12th, buy a Powerball with Power Play ticket and enter the voucher number for a chance to win. Powerball top prize odds 1 in 292 million.
Hi, this is Kurt, your shop manager at A1 Automotive here in downtown Lincoln. My promise to you is this: you won't find another automotive repair facility that genuinely cares about you and your vehicle. Our service is outstanding and our customer service is better. Please give me a call for all your automotive repair questions and needs. Call me at 402-477-4660. We were built on small town values, and that shows in how we treat others. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
I grew up hearing that women are bad with money, but like many of you, I spent years paying bills, managing checking accounts, and taking care of my family. So turns out women are pretty good with money after all. And now I'm taking control of my financial future by saving for retirement. It's never too late to start, and there's a great website to help you. Check out WeSaySaveIt.org and jumpstart your retirement savings on your budget and your timeline. That's WeSaySaveIt.org. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
It's time to play Shootout with Strick. Call now, 464-5685, to take your shot against Eric Strickland. Shootout with Strick. Brought to you by Buffalo Wings and Rings.
Time to play the game!
You heard that correctly. It is time to play the game. 402-464-5685. Honda of Lincoln hotline. We still need a contestant. $15 to Buffalo Wings and Rings is on the line. All you have to do is beat Eric Strickland with some trivia. 4 questions, true or false, or I guess either or. A money ball, 6 points possible in total. The winner, they'll take home the chicken. That's all there is to it. It's a pretty simple game. Strick, you've been struggling as of late, too. Not great. You got to get back on your winning ways.
I won a few games last week.
Did you win on Friday?
I can't remember.
I can't remember if you won on Friday either. That's why we got to start keeping track, because I know you like the He's on Fire. What is it, the NBA Jam?
Yeah, I do.
He's on fire.
I do like it.
That's the goal here. But we will go ahead and head to the Honda of Lincoln hotline, because we do have a caller. Again, $15 to Buffalo Wings and Rings on the line. We give this away every day. We got some good sponsors, that's for sure. JR, how do you feel about NFL quarterback rankings?
I have my own opinions, but that's not it.
Well, for what it's worth, ESPN today came out, a bunch of NFL analysts, experts, they came out with their rankings based on category for NFL quarterbacks. So that's what the trivia is today. JR, go ahead and stay on the line. You know how this works. We have to get Strick's points first. Again, 6 in total is possible, and we will see how many he gets and how many JR has to get in order to get the chicken. So, Strick, are you ready?
I am ready.
All right, we will start in 3, 2, and 1. This AFC East quarterback comes in at number 1 for arm strength. Patrick Mahomes or Josh Allen?
Josh Allen.
That is correct. This NFC North quarterback is considered the most accurate in football. Matt Stafford or Aaron Rodgers?
Aaron Rodgers.
That is correct. This unretired vet is tied for best touch in the NFL. Russell Wilson or Tom Brady?
Tom Brady.
That's correct. Ironically, this recently injured quarterback is 5th in toughness. Joe Burrow or Matt Stafford?
Matt Stafford.
It's actually Burrow. This former number 1 overall pick just signed an extension as the 3rd best scrambler in the NFL.
Lamar Jackson.
Kyler Murray. Lamar Jackson, I believe, was taken 32nd overall. I think he was the last pick in the first round. I can't remember. Kyler Murray, number 1 overall pick, and just signed that big extension. We'll see.
Oh, shoot. I missed the question.
I know. I was rushing through it because we have a little bit of a lag when you're on the StreamYard, so it comes in a little bit slower. Got to make sure I get all the questions through. JR, after knowing that Strick got 3 points, are you feeling better or are you feeling worse?
I kind of like my chances, but we'll see.
All right, we will see. Are you ready to go?
Let's go.
All right, we will start in 3, 2, and 1. He's the only quarterback in the top 5 under the age of 25 in arm strength. Kyler Murray or Justin Herbert?
Justin Herbert.
That's correct. Despite an MVP last season, he comes in at number 4 in arm strength. Patrick Mahomes or Aaron Rodgers?
Aaron Rodgers.
That's correct. They consider him the most competitive quarterback in the NFL. Tom Brady or Dak Prescott?
Dak Prescott.
It's actually Tom Brady. Despite not playing last season, he is 10th in field vision. Deshaun Watson or Matt Ryan?
Deshaun Watson.
Entering his 22nd season, he has the best mechanics in the NFL.
Tom Brady.
That was impressive because at the buzzer, JR, you will get the chicken. Tom Brady as time expires. I will go ahead and
the time went off, bro. That was
like,
not the buzz, man. I need a replay.
I think I will say it was pretty impressive. I think he just beat at the buzzer. Go ahead and give you your shout outs here, JR.
Boom shakalaka.
Put 1 second back on the clock.
1 second back on the clock. I think you got it here. I'll go ahead and give you the.
You got it. You got it.
Give me a hell yeah. I said, give me a hell yeah.
And as always, JR, you can either take the high road or if you want to, you can talk trash to Strick.
I'll take the high road.
There you go, Strick. No talking trash today. JR, stay on the line. Rico's going to go ahead and get your information so we can get you your $15 to Buffalo Wings and Rings. But congratulations to JR. Strick, for what it's worth, I'll go ahead and ask you the tiebreaker because it is based off of Aaron Rodgers. That's your boy. How many touchdowns has Aaron Rodgers thrown in his career?
71.
In his career. Touchdowns.
Oh, in his career.
I was like, yeah, a little more than that.
210.
He has 449 touchdowns.
Oh my gosh.
I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure how many he on the list of quarterback touchdown rankings he's at. I know that Tom Brady is 1. I believe Peyton Manning is still 2. Drew Brees might have passed him. I'm not entirely sure, but Aaron Rodgers, he's starting to climb the ranks, and I know he signed that contract too. So we will see Aaron Rodgers for at least 2 more seasons. But looks like he might not have great weapons there in Green Bay. So only time will tell. That will do it for Shootout with Strick. Again, $15 to Buffalo Wings and Ring on the line every single day. Got some more stuff coming up here after the break. Strick is traveling. We got to get some of his stories from overseas. See if he's eaten anything weird, seen anything weird. Preparing you guys for game day in Ireland. Strick will be there. We got some storylines around the sports landscape that is not Nebraska related. Going to get your guys' thoughts on all of that. And the guys from Old School, they are back in the building, back in studio. We'll have our crossover as we do every day. We'll hear from them, see what they're up to, and if they're drinking the Kool-Aid. That'll do it for the first hour. We got a whole nother hour of On the Block. Make sure you stick with us. 93.7 The Ticket, ticketfm.com.
People always ask, what are Jake and Sip like when they're off the air? Well, the answer probably won't surprise you.
Hey, Jake, your Honda's looking a little dirty.
Says the guy whose license plate is barely visible.
I mean, do you even care about that thing anymore?
It gets a little uncomfortable. Now, that's when I jump in.
Hey, whoa. Mark, did you get a new car?
Nope, just took my car down to Nebraska Auto Detail. Joe and the staff made the outside and the inside look amazing. Maybe you guys need to go.
Okay, wise guy.
Settle down, Jake.
Book your appointment today at NebraskaAutoDetail.com.
Wow. Did you ever save me money on my car?
Yes, that's why our customers keep coming back.
How do you do it, friendly car dealer ?
We simply have low overhead and high trade-in values. The next line's yours.
Oh.
Ready for something better? Mullen Motors is a no-hassle, no-pressure dealership with financing available. Check out the inventory at MikeMullenMotors.com.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
Bagels and Joe is in full summer mode. They'll add cold foam to the top of any iced coffee. Plus, they now have a Joe Coffee Club. Get unlimited drip coffee for just $8.95 per month. And don't forget their delicious breakfast burritos and sandwiches. Bagels and Joe, 4 Lincoln locations.
Teachers like me, parents, we don't always know as much as you guys do about what's going on with other kids.
Half the time, it's rumors.
Yeah, but if you're ever concerned about a friend who's having trouble with alcohol, prescription drugs, anything, you need to tell an adult, someone you know and trust. That can be hard, but speaking up about a problem is what helping a friend is all about.
For more information, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov.
Sponsored by DHHS and aired in cooperation with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Hey, this is Ernest Hausman. As a linebacker from Nebraska, I know how important it is to have a strong defense and a great playbook. If you are looking for a solid team to have your back, check out my friends at Burke Brown Law. Burke and Jackson will work with you to create an individualized strategy to bolster your defense.
Hi, this is Burke. Give us a call at 402-606-1441. With locations in Lincoln and Columbus, we're ready to tackle your needs. Find us online at burkebrownlaw.com.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club, space club, and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? No, forget that. How about a margarita club? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge and join the best club in town. 10 flavors of margaritas like Maui Wowie, burnt pineapple, and mango tango. Try all 10 of them and receive your own souvenir margarita glass. Make it your new Monday night tradition. $4 margaritas and $4 taco baskets. Grab the crew and head on over Monday nights or any night. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
When you're high, you feel different. You think different, you talk different, you draw different, you listen to music different, but you probably knew that. Problem is, you also drive different, and not in a good way. That's why driving high is illegal everywhere. So if you're high, just don't drive. Make a plan to get a sober ride. Because if you feel different, you drive different. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and wait 30 days after winning a prize before participating in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the KNTK Studios, 330 North 48th Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeited. Thank you for participating in our contest, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. This is On the Block with Strick and Nate. Nebraska Basketball Hall of Famer and 9-year NBA vet, Eric Strickland.
Strickland for three! And you're going to go out of here as the Big 8 tournament champion.
And Hokie Homer turned Husker, Nathan Brennan.
Everyone knows that I'm the smartest person here.
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Brought to you by Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. This is On the Block with Strick and Nate.
Just enjoy it. Soak it all in. It's game week. you're not drinking the Kool-Aid yet, I'm hoping this gets you in the right direction. My name is Nate Brennan. He is Eric Strickland, the Husker Hall of Famer, 9-year NBA veteran. This is On the Block, 93.7 The Ticket. As always, we want to hear from you. 402-464-5685. Honda of Lincoln hotline. Starter Heyman text line. We're getting ready for game day, guys. It is game week. Nebraska will face off against Northwestern in a mere 5 days. 4, depending on whichever way you look at it. We're ready to rock and roll. The Husker Hall of Famer, Eric Strickland, he will actually be at the game, Strick, and kind of where I want to take this. 402-464-5685, Starter Heyman text line. If you have any questions for Strick, this is one of our favorite segments, kind of an Ask Strick, and we're going to tailor it a little bit more towards what you're experiencing, what you're seeing right now, Strick, because I know you're going on a little bit of a sabbatical. You're still, unfortunately for us, we still get you for On the Block, but a little bit of sabbatical, seeing a little bit of the world. So where are you at now, and what's kind of the plan over the next few days?
I'm in Bodrum, Turkey, and been here now a couple days. It was really, I was really disappointed getting out. It was very frustrating initially. We're sitting at the airport in Omaha, right? So we get on the plane. Everything is cool. It's not one of the larger planes. It's a smaller plane. So the heating, the cooling system wasn't working great. So it was starting to get warm. We're still sitting there. I already had a tight connection to connect there in Chicago. So I knew that if I got off well and everything would be okay, but if there was a delay of any sort, I knew it was going to be trouble. Mm-hmm. My goodness, the people at the doggone gate can't count. If we have a problem like that on this coming Saturday, you don't know who's on the field. There's going to be some major delay penalties and stuff like that. It's going to be a problem because they couldn't count. So that's why we were delayed. We were delayed because the freaking people didn't know how many people actually was on the plane or got on the plane. Duh. So that was an extra 25 minutes of wait just to get the new paperwork done. I get there and I'm telling you, I felt like the old O.J. Simpson commercial. If you're old enough to remember when he's running through the airport and he's shaking and baking and jumping over people. I had my bag in tow and I was sprinting, and it was a 13-minute run to the next gate. If we would have got there and landed, we landed way out on the outside of Chicago. Then we get to the gate and we're sitting there for like 12 to 15 minutes. Why? I don't have a freaking clue. Normally, and it was a blessing because I was in first class, so I would have been able to get off and be out, not having to wait. My goodness, we sat there, we got up, we had to sit back down. Ding, the thing goes off again. It's still waiting.
When you landed?
Yes. So that was so mind you, I'm doing the O.J. Simpson. I'm not all the other parts of it, but this commercial. I'm dipping and dodging and running through the airport. I get to the gate. I'm 2 minutes past 10 minutes. The plane is still sitting there, but they said the door is closed. So I would have gotten in that night. I ended up having to go later on that afternoon, which made it an overnight flight. So I got in, and then I had to go. Instead of going straight from Heathrow to Bogram, I had to go. To make it easier, I had to go through Frankfurt, then to Bogram. So I got to learn the European switch. Basically, sometimes it happens like that, unfortunately. But blessed, I got a chance to sit in the lounge and just have some good cocktails.
So you experienced a little bit of jet lag now, or
it hit yesterday. But I made sure I stayed up long enough, and got my timing right. Then we woke up this morning. We ended up going to Ephesus, and Ephesus is a historical. Biblical town that it used to be back in the day. Roman built it, and the ruins were phenomenal. I mean, it was spread out. It was beautiful landscape inside the mountains. A lot of people were there. There was a lot of energy in the place. Man, it was just absolutely stunning. Just some of the work that was done, the amphitheater that we got to take, just the acoustics in these. I mean, still today, The acoustics were absolutely phenomenal there. Like this thing was just as big as like a Memorial Stadium. I mean, we went up there. I mean, I've got pictures of it. We went up there. It was just as big as Memorial Stadium, a half bowl of it. We were halfway up to the top, and the acoustics, you can hear somebody down there pretty clearly. It was absolutely amazing. Just the architecture and the stuff you got to see of some history. It was beautiful. Yeah.
Now you got to help me out a little bit geographically. How far are you from Ireland then?
Oh yeah. I would say I'm probably, I think, 2 time zones away from Ireland.
Okay.
If I'm correct. Yeah. Because Germany's 1 time zone away, and then I think England is another whole time zone away. So I'm on the Mediterranean. If you looked at Bogram, it's on the Mediterranean. I think on the eastern side, maybe, if I remember correctly. I can't remember. But I'm on the Mediterranean. Literally, it's pretty dope, man. The views, the beauty, just the beauty. It's a hidden gem. Like, people would be absolutely surprised at how beautiful it is here in Turkey. It is absolutely stunning. Now, I haven't eaten anything crazy.
That was my next question.
No, I haven't eaten anything crazy. I mean, look, you got lamb. They've got very good Mediterranean dishes that you can eat here. The rice, the vegetables are absolutely phenomenal. Walked around today at the resort that I'm at. Had some great pictures, and freaking olive trees are just. You can just go pick olives right off the tree and put them in your martini. It's like,
nice.
It's freaking crazy if you wanted to, But yeah, it's absolutely stunning. So what we'll do is tomorrow we'll leave and go to Croatia. We'll go to Dubrovnik, Croatia. Go out and check out a place on the Mediterranean called Split as well. Take a little drive and see some things there, and then we'll be there for a few days, and then boom, shoot over to Dublin after that. I'll spend the night there, and then we'll go to Brussels and watch a Formula One racing event.
Nice.
Before
It's pretty big over there, isn't it? Formula One, I think.
Formula One's huge.
Pretty big.
Formula One's huge. Huge fans everywhere over here. I mean, you say anything about Formula One, and it's absolutely stunning. Yeah, people go crazy. Yeah.
So, where else are you traveling then? You said Croatia, and then straight to Dublin after that?
Yeah, after Croatia, yeah.
And so now I got to ask you, when you were a player, were you able to travel overseas to play at all, or is this just kind of unfamiliar territory for you? If, say, you were going to be talking to the Nebraska football team, I guess, have you ever done anything like this?
No, first time being able to kind of explore in this manner. It's actually a blessing. A high school buddy of mine, Devin Shepard, was actually over here. He was in Romania at the time, and he basically said, "Strick, man, just come over a little bit early," because originally I just had planned to go to Dublin probably about 2 days early, and just spend some time there, maybe even get a golf round in or something. I know Nate. I'm sorry, Jake is getting some golf rounds up there in Scotland.
Yeah.
And but I was thinking about doing that, but then it turned into hey, just come and meet me in a few other countries. Let's take, go see a few places. I was like, wow, cool. So he's well traveled in Europe, so it made it even more easy for me to do so. I mean, it wasn't crazy getting in here or nothing like that. Just a little temporary visa you can get. Not very hard. You can do it online. Didn't even have to show it getting to the airport. So it wasn't pretty hard getting in and out of here. People are great. The service is phenomenal. So yeah, man, I would recommend somebody come over here and see it. I think I saw some tour ships. I can't remember how they pronounce it, Kavadasi or something like that. But they saw some cruise ships coming in and out of there. So yeah, it was cool, man. It's cool.
That's awesome. I've actually never traveled overseas, so I definitely want to hear all of your stories, and we'll be getting updates and catching up with you throughout the week, obviously, as you continue your adventure and continue your travels there overseas, because again, I've never been outside of the country, so that's very exciting. I want to go ahead and get into this. 402-464-5685 Honda Lincoln Hotline, Starter Heyman text line. You can also check us out on streaming platforms, Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. You can go ahead and check that out. Also, if you're going to head over to YouTube, give us a subscribe button. Our goal is 1,500 by the end of the football season, so help us get to that. 402-464-5685. Again, that's the Starter Heyman text line. Strick, something came out today And I want to get your thoughts because we've been talking about starting quarterbacks here recently, and it's obviously been revolved around Casey Thompson, Chuba Purdy. Looks like Casey Thompson will be the starter. I'm going to flip over to the NFL side. Today, the Carolina Panthers have officially named Baker Mayfield the starting quarterback. Does this surprise you? And I guess just what are your kind of reactions from this? Because we obviously know what's happened with Deshaun Watson. Looks like he's going to be able to play this year. Jacoby Brissett is going to step in for the starting quarterback here in the first 11 weeks. Deshaun Watson is out. Baker Mayfield on his way out goes to the Panthers. A little bit disrespectfully, if I remember correctly, it was a 4th-round draft pick, maybe a 5th. Are you surprised Baker Mayfield's the starter? And maybe on top of that, too, what does that mean for Sam Darnold?
We pretty much knew that Sam Darnold is pretty much a career backup at this point. They brought Baker Mayfield over there for a reason. It means he's healthy. It means he's doing a phenomenal job. Having Christian McCaffrey back, as long as he stays healthy, could be and bode well for him. Him having a tremendous run game would be, something to help them in that Carolina Panther offense get rolling. It's gonna be interesting to see what type of comeback he brings to the table. I want to see how he performs. I really do. I actually want him to win. But what a blow to the Cleveland Browns it would be if he comes out and shows out, right? It'd just be an absolute blow to them and their mindset, especially going through what they're going through, losing to Deshaun Watson for 11 games. You paid him the super bag. You had somebody right at home that could have gotten the job done. He's already taken you to the playoffs. I like those kind of stories. I'm one of those underdog type of guys. I like that. I like the underdog winning, and I'm hoping that he performs well and he's able to recover and bring his career back. From where it went from, and the bad blood and the bad energy that came out of Cleveland, no doubt.
Do you think there's any type of situation in which the Browns would regret trading away Baker Mayfield? Because obviously right now that they know that Deshaun Watson only gets 11 games, you're going to get him back by the end of the season. I don't know if that's going to be enough time for you to make a playoff run, but you gave Deshaun Watson fully guaranteed money. Baker Mayfield not making that type of money. He's still on his rookie contract. Technically, he hasn't been signed by anyone. Do you think the Browns are maybe regretting this, or do you think it's one of those situations that we knew what was going to happen with Deshaun Watson? He's suspended. He is our long-term future, and this money was worth it.
That had to be the case. I thought they could have still protected themselves a little bit more, regardless. If that was the angle that you wanted to take and that was what you wanted to pursue, that's okay. That shows an organization, you have a right to do so, and you can do it however you do it. I just think they could have protected themselves a little bit more in the clauses. They could have. Obviously, I think there is some money that's going to be lost. When I got a chance to look at some of the details with the $5 million on top of the $5 million, I think the loss of play of games is going to cost him some money too. So that could help maybe in the whole process. I think a lot of people were hoping for another year. It's still going to be tough. He's going to have to. He's going to have a lot to make up for. It's going to be a lot on him. It's a lot of pressure that's going to come down that pipeline because he hasn't played in over a year. You've got him. Yeah. You've got that whole situation, and then coming back. And so for me, the woo part of it, it makes me feel like it was a setup. 11 games specifically to come back for the Houston Texans game. Come on, somebody, let's be real about it.
Do you think
really?
I know. And what's crazy
if it was 14 games, I'm sure it would have been 14. You know what I'm saying?
Right. But what's cool about it too is the week 1 matchup, believe it or not, is Panthers versus the Browns. So if Baker Mayfield wants to get that revenge, he'll have that opportunity very, very soon because he'll see them in week 1. I think it's a very fascinating situation because this is the biggest harp that I've had on the Cleveland Browns is that you get a player like Deshaun Watson and you give him fully guaranteed money. He hasn't played in a year. He's not going to play again for 11 games to start out this season. Do you really know what you get with Deshaun Watson? That's what's so fascinating about all of this is that you gave him this fully guaranteed money. You'd think that he is going to be the missing piece. Say what you will about Baker Mayfield. That guy had possibly a career-ending or at least a career-altering shoulder injury that he played through for your franchise.
Right.
So at least you know the guy's going to play hard. You know he's going to buy into the city of Cleveland. I want to think maybe the Browns knew that Baker Mayfield was more hurt than he showed. Maybe there's some more issues there, but it looks like if Baker Mayfield's going to be starting week 1, like he's obviously good enough to be a starter at the NFL.
Yeah. He's put in the work. He's put in the time. So I'm just excited about football, period. Let me just be honest about that part. I don't care right now. I know we deal in details of specific stories and issues and circumstances evolving around the sport. No, let's get football going, baby. Week 0, Nebraska's coming out the gun. Baker Mayfield, I want to see a good story there. Don't know what's going to happen with Cleveland Browns. They may fall off the cliff, or they may, Brissett may be able to hold the wagon together until, hey, maybe the defense steps up. They've got a good running game. They've got a good, line. So, you never know. Running right now is just it's one of the lost arts of the game. You know what I'm saying? I'm interested to see what happens down in Dallas. I want to see what's going to happen with Pollard and the Ezekiel Elliott situation. I mean, I know right now there's some turmoil involved in that right now. So there's a lot of things that's going on in football right now. What are they going to do with Kareem Hunt? They still got some things they need to iron out there. Is there a Jimmy Garoppolo situation? Do they try to bring him in? There's still a lot of things that are happening out there in the sport that we're going to keep our eyes on right here on the block.
Let me ask you this, and we will keep up on the block. We'll get a lot of NFL talk. Again, the NFL lagging a little bit behind when it comes to college football. If I had to say, put your money on it right now, do the Browns make the playoffs? Deshaun Watson's at 11 games. You have to roll with Jacoby Brissett. Do the Browns make the playoffs?
No. I think they fall short.
No.
I think they fall short. I think they do. I mean, they got a favorable schedule to do it, but I just don't think I don't think they'll rally around Brissett. I mean, I could be wrong, but I don't think so.
Yeah, if I had to put my money on it, I would probably say no, the Browns do not make the playoffs. And here's my biggest thing, too, is I honestly don't know if Deshaun Watson's going to play after this season. Once you get fully guaranteed money, we've seen in the past, players have maybe not given up, but definitely don't play as they did in the past. Tater says, I hope Baker still does those funny commercials in the Panther Stadium now. It'll be very interesting to see. I think those commercials are with Progressive, where he's in the stadium and he talks about the dog pound and he has players that come into the Brown Stadium with him as well. I don't know if he's still going to be doing that with the Panthers. I think it would be kind of funny if maybe he had some type of commercial where he gives up the keys to the Brown Stadium and then goes into the Panther Stadium. I have no idea how that's going to work out. But a lot of interesting storylines in the NFL. We talked about two quarterbacks and where they rank. A lot of the questions that I asked were kind of based on arm strength, the way that you're able to get out of the pocket, competitiveness, and Tom Brady, Josh Allen, Aaron Rodgers were some of the quarterbacks there at the very top. So it'll be interesting to see if Deshaun Watson can also get into that category, as well as Baker Mayfield, because whether you guys like Baker Mayfield or not, I know he's kind of a controversial player. He will be starting for the Panthers, so it's good to see him over that way. I think Strick's probably hit the nail on the head there that Sam Darnold, unfortunately, despite being 3rd overall pick, he probably is a backup from now moving forward. So I don't really see teams making him their starting quarterback. But hey, crazier things have happened in the NFL. I think Josh Rosen's still in the NFL, so talking about crazier things. But we got to take a quick break. After this, we'll go over some more storylines around sports. We want to hear your guys' thoughts as always. And one of the big things right now, too, it looks like the Raiders passed on Tom Brady. What? Well, we will discuss that after this break. Make sure you stick with us. You listen On the Block, 93.7 The Ticket, ticketfm.com.
My computer was a dinosaur, and our TV, well, let's just say it was definitely time for an upgrade. But finding a way wasn't so simple. And then I found it. A research study at Solarion. I searched the studies and found a perfect match for me. I earned cash for the study and was able to make those much-needed upgrades. Plus, I made an impact on medical research. Find a study and sign up today at helpresearch.com.
You should consider the risks of the research before you agree to participate.
We're still as busy as we've ever been. Across the country, you may see a small slowdown, but in Lincoln, Nebraska, we're not slowing down.
Bob Benish is the founder and president of Aspen Builders, online at aspenbuildersinc.com.
Our Southwest Lincoln development is just going great as we keep growing in Southwest Lincoln. Down the road, we'll have a new school, so that's exciting. We also have a new development out in East Lincoln over by Hillcrest Country Club. Just a real neat subdivision because it features trees, great views. If you're concerned about interest rates, many lenders in town offer extended lock periods. So it's worth contacting a lender and asking them about an extended lock. That's a big deal.
Make your dream home a reality and call Aspen Builders at 423-6811. Online at aspenbuildersinc.com. Your home is waiting at Aspen Builders.
Casey's General Stores is giving away 2 tickets to each Nebraska football home game this season. To enter, just head to any Casey's General Store location in Lincoln during the football season, scan the QR code at the front counter, and fill out the online form. One winner will be chosen at random 2 days before that week's game. So head over to Casey's, stock up on all your tailgating snacks and drinks, and register to win 2 tickets to a Nebraska football game, brought to you by Casey's General Store and 93.7 The Ticket.
It's time to kick off the Nebraska high school football season. Hey guys, it's Nick Sainert, and join me for a Thursday night matchup as the Lincoln East Spartans host the Kearney Bearcats at 7 p.m. Then Friday, join DP and myself for a doubleheader. We kick things off at 4:30 with Lincoln Southeast taking on Elkhorn South, and the nightcap featuring the Lincoln High Lynx and the Lincoln Southwest Silverhawks around 8 p.m. That's this Thursday and Friday on 93.7 The Ticket, your home for high school football.
High school football is sponsored by Southeast Community College. Credit Union, Union Bank and Trust, Mosaic of Southeast Nebraska, Nebraska DOT Highway Safety Office.
Oh, the Belgian Grand Prix. Okay.
With single game tickets to see Lincoln's best lineup on and off the diamond. The Salt Dog season is stacked with reasons to spend your summer at Haymarket Park. Get a free general admission ticket when you donate 3 non-perishable food items on Triple Play Tuesdays. Eat $2 Fairbury brand dogs on Wiener Wednesdays. Score drink specials on Thirsty Thursdays. Then win your weekend with Firework Fridays, Souvenir Saturdays, and Sunday Family Fun Days.
We're waiting.
Get tickets at saltdogs.com.
People first is more than a nice sentiment. At American Senior Benefits, it's the mission. If you're ready for a career where you can truly put your customers' needs ahead of everything else, this is for you. American Senior Benefits is one of the leading senior market insurance product distributors in the country, and they're looking for high-energy applicants with strong communication skills. Enjoy on-the-job training, a fun work environment, and unlimited income potential. Visit asbmidwest.com to learn more. American Senior Benefits.
You know that feeling after a good, hearty meal? The worries of the world just slip away. Time slows down. Nothing but good times and good company. That's what you get with Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. Mary Ellen's does food right with a menu that includes wings, pulled pork, brisket, catfish.
People text in.
On their sides, shrimp and grits, collard greens, baked beans. It's food that makes your heart happy. Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul, just east of 27th and Pineland. Let them fix you a plate.
They say one great thing leads to another, and that's especially true when you visit a Great Clips salon. When you sit down for a haircut with the skilled and friendly stylist at one of our thousands of convenient Great Clips locations, they'll not only make your hair look great, they'll make you feel great too. And that's something you can't help but share with the world. Download our online check-in app today and text when you're up next. Great Clips. It's going to be great.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Patchy fog this morning should give way to mostly sunny skies this afternoon. We'll top out near 88 with winds out of the south-southeast at around 10. Should stay mainly clear tonight with a low of 63. And we'll bump those temps up just a bit for your Tuesday with an afternoon high of 91. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
When you're high, you feel different. You think different, you talk different, you draw different, you listen to music different, but you probably knew that. Problem is, you also drive different, and not in a good way. That's why driving high is illegal everywhere. So if you're high, just don't drive. Make a plan to get a sober ride. Because if you feel different, you drive different. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Back to On the Block with Strick and Nate on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We're less than a week away from Nebraska, Northwestern. 93.7 The Ticket will break it all down leading up to game day. Make sure you stick with us. 402-464-5685, Honda of Lincoln Hotline, starter aim and text line. I'm Nate Brennan. He is the Husker Hall of Famer, 9-year NBA vet Eric Strickland. And as always, On the Block is brought to you by Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul at 27th in Pine Lake. I'm going to tell you this right now, and I promise you got to take my word for it. You have not had soul food if you haven't had Mary Ellen's. Go visit Charles and the staff. Try their delicious pulled pork, brisket, catfish, ribs, hot butter wings, incredible sides, baked beans, mac and cheese, shrimp and grits, collard greens, cornbread, so much more. I'm out of breath just talking about it. Even especially if you're going to go over there and eat. I mean, they will hook you up. They will make sure that you do not leave hungry. You can go to maryellens.com, or you can just head over to 27th and Pine Lake. If you're heading back from work, it's a Monday. If you've got the Monday blues, if you need a little pick-me-up, Strick's drinking, so you can go ahead and go get a beer too. Kevin Meyer is always open at Meyer's Cork and Bottle. If you need a little liquid courage, a little booze as well. But Mary Ellen's, I'm telling you, it's the way to get through a Monday. Go ahead. Stop by Mary Ellen's, 27th and Pine Lake. Tell them that Strick sent you. Maybe they'll give you a free chicken wing or something. I know that might have worked in the past, because when we were over there, they were giving us all kinds of the fixins. It was quite the meal when we went. That's for sure.
Well, one thing is for sure, Mary Ellen's is an absolute stunning place to go and have a meal. I mean, if you want to get nice and full and have the sleepitis jump on you real nicely for a good night's sleep, yes, definitely go there and get it done. The portions are great as well. But if you want a patio pounder for a Husker game on a nice, warm, nice, cool Saturday, I think y'all gonna get it in the daytime pretty early. I mean, I think from the way things are looking. But at the end of the day, Kevin Meyer and Meyer's Cork and Bottle, them patio pounders that they got over there, voila.
They got all kinds of the patio pounders, and we were talking about it last week. He's got everything for your tailgates too, because again, you're going to be tailgating. You're going to have to watch the game somewhere. You might as well watch it at home. You might as well get some drinks to go with it. Might as well get Mary Ellen's as well. I mean, hell, at that point, it's one of the best places you can go. So, Strick, a couple more things that are happening throughout the sports world. Want to get your thoughts on it. Want to get your guys' thoughts too. 402-464-5685. A big one. Today, Hooters signed an NIL deal with 51 offensive linemen across the country. They call them the unsung heroes of college football. Again, around the country, they have signed people from Auburn, LSU, Miami, Texas A&M, Georgia Tech, Missouri, Vanderbilt, Florida Atlantic, University of South Florida, and some others. They say for decades, the physical play, blue-collar mentality, and on-field leadership of the offensive lineman has shined, but national praise and attention for these crucial players has all too often been sidelined, said Hooters chief marketing officer. So, are you buying this? Hooters signing NIL deals now with the offensive line.
Love it. I love it for the offensive line to be able to take in, and get some good NIL looks. It's better than the NIL look that I want to say, was it Canes? The quarterback, gosh darn it. It's late over here. Forget me.
Miles Brennan.
Yeah. The quarterback basically took the NIL deal, cashed in.
Jeez.
This is going to be the issue, I think. Stuff like that with the Quinn Ewers situation, stuff like that happening. I'm kind of glad it does, because it really puts it in the mind of those that are doing these NIL deals. How can I minimize the loss, right? That's just bad business if you really think about it, right? Not having some type of contractual agreement that minimizes you being able to do this and walk out without fulfilling the contract, right? There's something that should be done. I think this minimizes the upfront stuff. I mean, obviously, Brennan was an on-campus guy, but I don't think he was a transfer, right? I think there's something of that nature. But these kids coming in before they even step on the field, getting the NIL deals that they're getting, I can understand if you're Jordan Addison, right? I can understand if you just won the Biletnikoff Award, you basically put in the time and the work. So you should secure at risk that you're going to have that type of year in the upcoming season, right? You're going to get drafted at a good position. All of those things are in place. But you just showing up on campus after playing high school football, and are you even going to be the starter of this thing next year? You know what I'm saying? Like, these kids are getting crazy, and it makes me wish I can go back and be a kid again, the way that they're giving it away. I might even change sports at that point, the way they're doing it in the footballs. Yeah, I might not have played basketball. I might have just said big football is my spot.
You might have chose football at that point. What about the offensive line, though? You like them getting some love, too? Because I feel like that's one position group that we haven't really talked about with the NIL.
Yeah, I love that for the offensive line. I think there's so many things. There's so many things out there that you can use for the offensive line. I think tire companies, just the ruggedness, the roughness, the stability and the strength, just anything that there's so many things. They need Stricky in their marketing department. I can come up with some ideas on how to market these young men. One of the greatest and one of the most creative ones I've seen now is Dakota's Crawford. I love
what
the AC group did for him. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I think there's tremendous opportunities out there, and I'm glad to see that for the linemen.
Yeah, credit to them, too, because that was very clever, and it completely exploded on social media. So I'm going to say that whoever is running their marketing probably got some type of raise. Love the offensive line getting some love, especially when it comes to chicken wings. You think about offensive line, sure, throw chicken wings in that. Another thing that happened.
Wait a second. If you're a quarterback, before you get on that, if you're a quarterback and you want to make sure, don't take your linemen to the training table and be like, yeah, I got y'all today. Stop it. Especially if you landed a huge NIL deal. You take them over, have a conversation with Hooters, say, listen, I got my linemen coming through now. I know we just secured a deal. We're gonna bring them through. I'm gonna make it look like I hit y'all off something. I'm gonna hit you off something, a good tip. But take care of my guys for me, okay?
Yeah, there you go.
Break. If I'm a quarterback, that's what I'm doing. I'm over there. I'm in the huddle. With them talking about this is what we're gonna do. This is play number 85. We got 20 chicken wings to the right on 5. Break.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm doing something funny, bro. I'm doing it. I might even do a commercial with the quarterback in it. I mean,
you need to. Hey, you gotta. Maybe you should start doing some marketing, and so should Kelsey. He says some plumbing company needs to do an NIL deal with the pipeline. So maybe a plumbing company in town, the pipeline. I know that's a big thing here at Nebraska. The other thing I wanted to bring up to you, Strick, as someone that's played in the preseason, played before season starts, Kayvon Thibodeau, rookie defensive lineman for the Giants. The video of him getting chop blocked is going viral on social media. If you guys haven't seen it, you can find it probably pretty easily on a number of sports social media accounts. What do you think? Is this maybe too much? There's a lot of controversy too. I believe it was a clean hit. Like it is legal in the NFL. My only issue is that it is still the preseason. Like I don't know if we should be going for guys' legs in the preseason. I think that's just kind of one of those unwritten rules.
Yeah. I mean, you listen to the stories of, what some people are saying. I mean, obviously Warren Sapp didn't like it. Marshall Newhouse agreed with the second, with one of the tweets, which was the second one that was talking about it was a routine play. And, it is something, like you said, it's not illegal. It's not dirty. If that's something they want to address, chop blocking and stuff like that, then we can have that discussion. At this point in time, that was not illegal. Obviously, Micah Parsons didn't like it either. You know what I mean? He wants you to man up. Basically, let's do so straight up and stop going after legs. It's unfortunate that he just happened to be taking a step when he went for the chop. I mean, those things happen. They happen to quarterbacks. They happen to a lot of different people. It's similar to when a lineman gets rolled up on who's blocking, and just certain plays happen. And sometimes I think we may go a little bit overboard a little bit, but I'm not in that space, so I don't even know how to address it, to be honest.
What do you think about the preseason, though? Do you think this is more a guy that was just trying to make the team and make a play, or because that's my issue with it, is that this is preseason, this is a rookie. He has a lot of potential, a lot of hype, and we're going for his legs. I just don't like the dynamic of it happening in the preseason. It just seemed that part's just a little bit iffy to me.
Yeah, I mean, that could be something to address. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's something that they could talk about. They can talk about it in the rules committees. They have those things. But at this point, maybe don't do it in the preseason.
That's kind of where I'm at. I mean, it was a legal play, and that's the thing too, is that a lot of players didn't like it, but technically by the rule book, it is a legal play. The last one I have for you before we get a little crossover, spillover with the guys from old school, rumors are circulating, and Dana White's at the forefront of it, saying that there was a time that Tom Brady was looking at teams. The Raiders were at the top of his list. This was during their transition to Las Vegas. And they said, no, we're good. We're going to stick with our guy. Now, they haven't officially said that's the team. This is all speculation and rumors. Are you buying this, that the Raiders chose Derek Carr over Tom Brady? Or what do you think the situation is there?
I don't know. Is that rumor? I mean,
that's a rumor, and it's not. But
I hate to deal in rumor. I hate to deal in rumor because that's no different than what Miami was, saying right now. There's a lot of, talk with regards to Miami and the stuff that they should have done or didn't do, and the conversations that was going. It's obviously true because I think they were fined. So, right. I would like to have a little bit more substance behind that before I would speculate. I mean, obviously, Derek Carr, there's a relationship there between maybe if, they don't have Derek Carr, they may not get Devontae Adams. I mean, yes, everybody loved, but Devontae's looking at longevity. He's looking at long term. I mean, that's why he didn't stay with Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers was in and out, depending, where the sun came up that day. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
How that. Are you staying? Are you going? I don't know. Why would I sign a long-term deal not knowing what the situation and circumstance is? I know what they got going on. They've secured Derek Carr. I know him. I'm familiar with him. That could change. They may be feeling the same way about Brady. In, out. Do I really want to go there right now? Who's going to be my quarterback? I don't know. You know what I mean? So they may not get Devontae Adams and have what they have now if if that did happen. So
let me ask this. If you're the Raiders, do you regret that? Or do you think you're okay with your decision? I don't know, because Derek Carr you probably get for a longer time, like you said. But you also get Tom Brady, who won a Super Bowl the year that he jumped. So I don't really know which way the Raiders are looking at it, because it's just very fascinating to me that John Gruden, of all coaches, who was the coach at the time, decided that he was going to stick with Derek Carr over Tom Brady. If that's the case, that just seems a little bizarre.
Yeah. It's wild. But there's been crazier things that have happened, right? So it could have been. Yeah. I just don't know. I mean, that came out of nowhere to me. I mean, that
I know it's very
popped up like a whack-a-mole. Like the whack-a-mole. That popped up
Yes.
like uncertain. Now, where's the next whack-a-mole? That's what it seemed like to me. The whack-a-mole popped up.
And it's a little bit weird, too, because Dana White's in the mix of all this. I'm assuming that's probably the Vegas tie, something like that. I don't really know how he gets involved in all of this. But
yeah, that's like the rumor right now that he's on The Masked Singer or something. It could be.
I have no idea, right?
There's some rumor out there that he, the reason why he's taking a leave of absence and it's happened the way that it's happening is, people are speculating, and there's rumor out there that he's on The Masked Singer. They're tying the times of The Masked Singer and the filming, and they're doing all this. Woo. It could be he might show up and pull a hat off. We don't know.
We have no idea.
We have no idea.
I haven't seen The Masked Singer in years. When last time I saw was when Victor Oladipo was on The Masked Singer, but he the Pacers, so that didn't give me any reason to watch anymore. But yeah, I'm assuming Dana White's involved somehow through Las Vegas, which is just very fascinating. If the Raiders actually did decide they were going to roll with Derek Carr over Tom Brady. Travis and Lincoln says, Nate, who between Virginia Tech, Virginia, and Nebraska has the best record this year and why? Virginia's bringing back Brennan Armstrong, so they'll be okay in that aspect. His number one target, Jelani Woods, is leaving, though. He's actually with the Colts now, so UVA, I don't envision. I think they're going to be the worst out of that group. Virginia Tech, I think, is in the middle. A lot of hype around Grant Wells, the transfer from Marshall. Got a lot of pieces. I think in the ACC, they have the most returning starters. Keep in mind, though, these are all Justin Fuente's recruits, so take that as you will. They do have a new first-time head coach. The coaching staff is completely new, so I think they're probably in the middle of the pack. And I've got Nebraska, the best record out of all of those, so I'm focusing on Nebraska. I told you guys 9-3. I'm absolutely sticking with it. I think at best Virginia Tech goes 7-5. If I had to predict, I'd probably say closer to 4-8, 5-7. I don't have that much faith. All faith in the world for Nebraska. So I'm going to stick with Nebraska out of that group, probably being the best because, again, 9-3. And I think that starts here this upcoming Saturday. That will just about do it for us on the block. We're going to have a crossover. DP, Jay, they are back in studio this week. We'll get some of their thoughts on Husker football. I'm assuming Jay will probably have plenty to say on that end. We're getting ready. We're gearing up this week. Expect it. Be ready for it. We're going to be talking a lot of Nebraska football, a lot of Ireland news, what's going to be happening throughout the week because we are ready to go and we're ready to start we'll have the last segment of On the Block. We'll wrap it up. We'll toss it over to Old School after this. Stay with us. 93.7 The Ticket, ticketfm.com.
Mike Shaver here for Trek CBD. Summer is here, and that means you're having garage parties with neighbors, hitting the golf course and the pool. The drink of this summer isn't your typical seltzer. It's drinkable Delta 8. Yep, Trek CBD has drinkable Delta 8 seltzers with mango and lime flavors for 4-packs, 12-packs, a variety of mango, watermelon, lime, and berry. They also have texture.
No, I haven't said anything.
And as always, Delta 8 gummies. Trek CBD at 84th and Andermatt and TrekCBD.com. Trek CBD, CBD done right.
Empire Fence and Netting in Waverly is now hiring for several positions. They're looking for a fence installer for both commercial and residential, for local projects, and ones that require travel. They also have openings for operators, dirt work, welding positions, and applicants with CDLs are very desirable. If you're looking for a locally operated business that provides excellent work for customers and great benefits and care for its employees, email info@empire-fence.com or give them a call at 402-682-7658. Empire Fence and Netting.
Hey, batter, wings, splatter, splatter, splatter.
Oh, shorty.
All season's baseball action at one of your neighborhood Lincoln locations. Get League of Their Own wings, burgers, nachos, and ringers while catching all the action. Stop into Wings and Rings located on O Street in Meridian Park and 40th and Old Cheney in Williamsburg Village. Or place your order online at wingsandrings.com. That's wingsandrings.com. Buffalo Wings and Rings.
You know that feeling after a good, hearty meal? The worries of the world just slip away. Time slows down. Nothing but good times and good company. That's what you get with Mary Ellen's.
Nice and tipsy too.
Mary Ellen does food right with a menu that includes smoked wings, pulled pork, brisket, catfish, soup on their sides, shrimp and grits, collard greens, beans. It's food that makes your heart happy.
Oh, yeah, call it
Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul, just east of 27th and Pineland. Let them fix you a plate.
Your home should not be a zoo to unwelcomed animals. Let the
No, you can
experts
come
at
back here. I'm about to get
Bats
off.
take care of
I'm
those
actually
problems.
going to get off early.
It has been a leader
Okay,
in
that's what I'm
wildlife
calling.
and pest management and prevention in Lincoln and the surrounding area for 15 years. We
Hey,
can help
Nate,
you get rid of
y'all
bats,
do the
rodents, and
crossover
anything
without
else.
me. I gotta
Whether it's
let my
residential or
partner
commercial buildings,
tap in.
schools, apartments, or
On his,
churches, they're always a phone call away.
on
Call
his
today
thing.
at
So,
402-310-0904
segment.
or
So,
visit
you go ahead and do the
batsrats.com.
crossover.
Batsrats Wildlife Control
help
and
out.
Prevention.
This is Dan Friedman. Between 2010 and 2019, distracted driving caused more than 40,000 car crashes in Nebraska, resulting in over 14,000 severe injuries and deaths. Please keep your eyes on the road. If you have a smartphone, put it away while you're behind the wheel. It will help keep our community safe and secure. This message is brought to you by Friedman Law Offices, helping injured people. It's what we do. It's all we do. Find us at friedmanlaw.com today.
Hey, buying a used vehicle sucks, and the biggest problem is who can you trust? Hey, this is Carl from Price Right Auto.
Okay,
I'm here
man.
at West Oak Street. in
You can
Lincoln.
come here.
Here's what
You
customers
don't want
they
this
want
life,
from
do
us.
you?
They want transparent pricing with no games. We have all our pricing on our website, plus a Carfax report.
Okay,
We don't want to buy a lemon. We include a 3-month warranty on all of our vehicles. We don't want to play games. Just make it simple. You saw that with non-commissioned salespeople. Can you trust us? Just check out our Google reviews. Again, this is Carl from Price Right Auto on West O. Check us out at pricerightauto.com.
Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket.
Okay, playing 93.7 The Ticket.
Alexa, turn down the lights.
Dimming the lights.
Alexa, order a pizza. The big one. All the toppings.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Alexa.
That's a lot of pizza for just one man.
Alexa, just do it. Stop judging me, just do it.
As you wish.
Thanks, Alexa. You're my best friend.
Victor deployed for the first time to Afghanistan in 2003. At 4 a.m, my phone rang. They said, "I regret to inform you that your husband was wounded in action." Victor sustained a moderate traumatic brain injury. I was doing school full-time, and I was also then caring for Victor. One of the most important elements of caregiving is taking care of yourself. I just didn't want to forget that I also had goals and that I also had a life. What I did is I challenged Victor to meet me halfway. There are almost 6 million military and veteran caregivers across the nation. We have our own journey, and we can fulfill that journey at the same time that we are helping our loved one.
Visit aarp.org/caregiving for a free military veterans guide to navigate your caregiving journey and better care for your loved one and yourself. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Back to On the Block with Strick and Nate on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
You listen on the block 93.7 The Ticket. I am Nate Brennan, the Husker Hall of Famer, 9-year NBA vet. He stepped out. He's got a busy week ahead. He's traveling all over the world, going on a little bit of a sabbatical, is what we'll call it, before he heads over to Dublin because he's going to be living the good life over there. Want to get your guys too. I haven't decided yet where I'm going to be going for the game, but I know before anything else, I'm going to be here. Make sure you guys know we will have our tailgate right here at the studio, and we'll have our pregame show as always as well. So definitely want to check that out. And also, as always, on the block, we are sponsored by Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. Text line helped me out. They are not open on Mondays, but we're still going to go ahead and give them some love. Still going to let you know about Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. You have not had soul food if you haven't had Mary Ellen's. I promise you guys that. Visit Charles and his staff. Try their delicious pulled pork, brisket, catfish, ribs, hot butter wings, so many things, including sides. They got baked beans, mac and cheese, shrimp and grits, collard greens, cornbread, all kinds of stuff. We head over to Mary Ellen's all the time. It is the place to be. I promise you that. Go ahead and let them fix you a plate. You will not miss out. So a lot of things happening. Again, Eric Strickland, the 9-year NBA vet, Husker Hall of Famer, he had to step out. He's got a lot of things going on as he gets ready for Ireland. But luckily for me, DP is back from his own. I don't know if we'll call it a sabbatical. He was doing a little bit of work over where he was at, so we won't call it a sabbatical. But he is back. So how was the trip? How did it go?
That was a lot of work, man.
That's what I'm saying.
Lot of work.
I keep saying Strick's on a little sabbatical. I don't know if we will say that you are on a sabbatical.
Well, I went to one of my stops in life was Salt Lake City, Utah,
right?
For sports, so I got to see a lot of folks. Being in a building that I, spent most of my time there at Vivint Arena, watching UFC and scooping up on the Utah Utes, find out what's going on there as they walk into a year where they're expecting to be top 5 and maybe being in the playoffs. And
I've seen some where they're in the playoff.
They return everybody from a team that literally had Ohio State all but knocked out and couldn't finish. But the Pac-12 champions, and they return a lot. So, they kind of let me in and let me see what's going on behind that. Checked in with the folks from BYU, talked a little Big 10, Big 12, Pac-12, all the conference movement.
Right.
And it's interesting how folks talk about, but here's the thing. Even in Salt Lake City, Husker Nation was present.
Really?
It was loud. Went to breakfast Saturday morning and a little brunch deal in a hotel, right? And I had on my Husker gear, and I'm walking out after the meal. I'm walking out, and there's 2 couples that give me a Go Big Red. I'm like, hell yeah. So I gave them a Go Big Red back, and we took some pictures, and we were sitting there talking. And as we're doing it, there's another 2 tables with about 10 folks, and they yell out, Go Big Red.
Nice.
And I look over, right? And this table, I'm like, okay, you guys are from Nebraska? And they said, DP, come on, man. You already know. I'm like, so you know who I am. Do you know who I am from Salt Lake City, or do you know who I am from Nebraska? And they said to a person, we follow you on the stream. That's how we get our Husker news here. We know, we love what's going on at the station. Thank you for doing it. We took a bunch of pictures. They knew, they were friends with Aaron Davis and Jay, and it was like they knew the deal. They knew the lineup. I probably made a mistake in telling Rico that they said they loved him because a couple of them went to UNC Kearney.
Right.
But Husker fans everywhere, man. It was very cool. It was very cool, just out of nowhere. And a lot of folks were there, of course, to watch the UFC fight and watch the kids from UNC Kearney, which did end the way they wanted. But what a night! What a weekend! Got to talk to Dana White one-on-one about whether he was bringing the car back to Lincoln, because they had booked it before pandemic.
Right.
And Anthony Smith was going to lead, was going to be in the main event, but pandemic shut it down. He says, well, no, they had done their diligence, they'd done their work. So Lincoln, Nebraska was still on the card for UFC. So a lot of football talk out there. A lot of folks out there curious about what's happening here. And the common thread is this: when Dana White is talking about Huskers football, it's a thing. Like when Dana White asks you about the Huskers,
on the map,
right? Yeah. Okay. And to a person, whether it's a UFC fighter, the folks from ESPN, just football fans in general, they all say the same thing. College football is better when Nebraska is better.
Absolutely.
And so they pay attention to it. They spoke to it. Good stuff all the way around. But yeah, it was very cool to run into Husker Nation in Utah. It was pretty cool.
That's the one thing we get it on the text line a lot is people say, don't talk about Scott Frost. Like, we don't want to hear about all that. I'm like, this is a national storyline. Like, this is one of those things that outside of maybe Mike Norvell, like Scott Frost is the hottest seat in the country. Like, his eyes are on Nebraska.
Four different Utah radio stations, appearances that I was doing with people that either I knew or people that requested me since they knew I was in town. And each one on their own, in their own space, asked about Scott Frost first.
Bingo. Yep.
So, and look, it's real hard to like, they bring me in because they know I'll shoot straight with them. And you don't want to finger point at it, but when they ask you questions about it, and they ask questions about the pressers, usually it's about the press conferences. But then it's immediately it's, well, how are the fans? How are the fans? And I said, the fans want the same thing that Scott Frost won. The question is whether they can agree on how to get there. It's Scott's job to appease the fan base with the work that he does. Whether he likes it or not, the fan base has voice. They're all doing it from love. Like nobody's just like, we hate. No, it's, you know what, dude? If you get wins, we can all chill out. Like, we would love to have just champagne and beer pours. Give us those things, and he's responsible for it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the college football fans around the country and around the world are going to pay attention to what happens in Dublin, Ireland. They're already paying attention.
Right.
They're already paying attention. There's nothing you can do about it. So you might as well, they're going to talk about you. You might as well give them something good to say.
Right.
And that's entirely up to them. That is not up to people who are out here in narrative land or opinion land. It's, listen, bro, we can make you happy if you make us happy. That's how simple this is.
Right. And I think a big part of it too, and we're going to loop Jay into this. Welcome back, Jay. Glad to have you.
What's up, man?
I think Husker fans, what I keep saying is, I don't think they're going to forget, but I think it's really easy to forgive Scott Frost this season. Like, we're talking, if you get 7, 8 wins,
stole one of my things, though.
But that's what I'm saying. You win 7 or 8 games.
Rico's right over there. You in the process of getting traded in real quick.
What is that? Come on,
bro.
This is my show. What are we doing here?
But DP, how many times have I said the fans need to forgive Nebraska all the way back to firing Frank Solich? Be honest.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will say today at what is it? Was it 3:59? Actually, on the dot, I officially forgive Steve Peterson for running Frank Solich out of Lincoln for no apparent good dang reason.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
And so forth and so on. But I ain't forgot it. I ain't never gonna forget it. And that's the way it should be with the first 4 years. You can forgive them, but you just don't forget. And I always say this. I highly doubt, and more than that, hope with 1,000%
yeah,
that the coaches that came in, all the original coaching staff didn't coach trying to lose. Right. So, and it's a hard thing because when you're coaching and you're trying to do the best, at that moment. And I'm sure that the people that were making the decisions at the time were thinking that they're trying to make the decision, at that moment. There's plenty of relationships and marriages that are like, hey, you ain't know who, you ain't know. I just was fortunate and unfortunate to watch the Manti Te'o thing. He was making the best decision because he didn't know any better.
Right.
Then everybody's like, how didn't you know? Well, he didn't know.
And it's a different time.
It was a different
Incredible
time.
documentary,
Well,
by
I'm
the
saying things change over time. You don't never know who you're hiring. I mean, I always say this, like in business, in sports, there's so many correlations. You really don't find out what type of foundation they left or what they were doing until they're gone. You get what I'm saying? So that's why I pump the brakes some on Bill Callahan, only for one thing, the talent that he accumulated. Everything else, he failed miserably.
Let's pause there. Let's give the station ID so we can stay in this.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
It's something I want to.
Oh, we back in here that quick?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No.
I ain't used to the afternoons, man. Y'all tripping, man.
No, we just had to get the
y'all
ID
just get
in
the
there.
state ID?
Well, we
or
just
station ID?
get that ID in, and then we can spill over. We can
Maybe-
spill over
maybe
long.
I'm
Crossover,
maybe
because
I'm a little sleepy, man. I just got off a plane, man. But I'm gonna tell you what, man.
How do we miss each other?
You guys are both probably
Husker
exhausted
fans are deep headed to Dublin, and I didn't have any Husker stuff on. This is the only thing I got left clean from the or whatever when you travel like unexpectedly, but they obviously somehow recognized me through. I had my mask on. I don't know if it was the eyebrows or whatever. They are definitely excited to go over.
You're a
there.
unicorn in Lincoln, Nebraska, bro. You're 6'3",
but bro,
200.
Hold on.
200.
I wasn't in Lincoln. I was in Charlotte, North Carolina. They were on a layover to go to Dublin.
See?
Oh, really?
Well, of course
Yeah.
of course they recognize you.
Yeah.
No, but I'm walking into the airport. They didn't know where I was going. I'm
They-
just chilling.
Jay Foreman, you look like Jay Foreman.
But there's a lot of they be
Husker
thinking we all,
fans know who
they
you
think
Yeah.
we all look alike, but
Yeah,
they
yeah.
probably were hoping,
Yeah.
and they guessed right, So hey, they're going to Irish land. They are getting lucky, but
Look, if I'm getting recognized in Salt Lake City, you're getting recognized in Charlotte,
Yeah.
North Carolina.
But it's I always tell people you can forgive them, just don't forget, and it's just where you go from here. Look, man, everything. This is I always say this like. I never think it's hard. I never thought it was hard to recruit to Nebraska. I know Bo Pelini used to always say that. To me, that's a lazy mindset. Now, granted, I'm gonna say this. I do know there's restrictions, right? You can't get in out of Omaha or Lincoln like you can Charlotte. So like if you're in bigger cities and there's not a ton of airline traffic to get here, right? And there's a lot of more athletes in Texas and all. I get all
Correct.
that, okay? But I still don't think it's hard to recruit to Nebraska. And I don't and I'm not first before your internet trolls get on there, and I definitely don't have the energy for it. This isn't saying that they're not recruiting good because they've shown over the rankings that they're recruiting well. Here's why I don't think it's that hard to recruit to Nebraska, or should be a little easier, whatever you want to dice it up as. Because when you're if you're recruiting Jay Foreman as a junior and senior, or is it junior or senior in high school, everything that you're telling me is more than reachable. If you come in, obviously, if I'm the height, weight, size, and all, everything equal, stay out of trouble, play good, learn the playbook, you're gonna play.
Yeah.
Then on top of it, not only are you gonna play, you're gonna play the whole dang game. You get what I'm saying? You ain't going to Clemson. You remember when a couple years ago when Clemson was, when they lost to Ohio State in the beginning of the season, they almost lost to like Georgia Tech or something. Dabo wasn't worried about it. He was like, "Oh, I had to get guys in." Well, that's because the starters were. He was trying to get the guys developed. Here
He benched Kelly Bryant after 5 weeks and put in Trevor Lawrence, who was a true freshman.
Right, but there was a game where he just kept playing. I think Trevor Lawrence got hurt after Kelly Bryant left, and the backup came in, and he was the third string the year before. But what I'm saying is, that's why it's not that hard to recruit here. Now to this current team, if you want to create a legacy for yourself, they're in a better position than I ever was. Amon Green, Eric Crouch, heck, even Scott Frost, Jason Peter, anybody. Because if you can play, you're gonna play until you can't play anymore.
That's literally where I wanted to start.
So it's right
old
there.
school.
Then
because
like the whole, I don't mean the country. Then the whole team is there. I mean, you win 8 games now after losing for so much. They're gonna act like they're gonna. They might have a ticker tape parade if Nebraska goes 9-4
Build a
down.
statue.
at 9 wins, this town is different.
I'm talking about up and down O Street.
Yeah.
But then there'll be the callers calling in. Well, we shouldn't celebrate 9 wins. Well, listen here, you're the same ones that don't want to celebrate being 9 one-score wins. We want 9 one-score or one-score losses. We want 9 one-score wins.
That's always my.
I'll take that.
That's my biggest thing.
I'll take that.
When everyone always says we want just 9 wins, doesn't matter how you get it.
Well, they're saying 6.
See, even 6. My pushback against it is like Bo Pelini.
I don't want 6 wins.
He won 9 games, but you get beat by 60 against Iowa. Say what you will about this 3-9 football team, but Michigan State, Ohio State.
I don't care.
We're all top 10 football teams.
I don't care about that.
So would you rather have 9
I'd
wins?
I'd rather have 9 wins and lose to somebody big once.
But that was the thing.
Hold on.
Pelini showed up and always lost.
DP, it wasn't once. It was every time they. Hey, DP, every time.
You mean you would rather, if you're going to get in 13 fights, you want to be the dude that battled and almost won, but only won 3 times, rather than the dude who won 9 times? Man, what kind of nonsense is that? No. Don't miss me with that.
That's not what I'm
miss
saying.
me with that. I've never lined up a team or as a player and been satisfied with getting my head kicked in once, let alone 9 times. But 9 wins is legitimately, purposefully being successful.
Not necessarily.
Give me my 9 wins
because
over 9 losses.
If you're beating Willie Lump and Meatloaf State, you ain't getting no respect. But when you get
You're not beating Willie Meatball State. You're not beating them with 3 wins.
Yeah, the hell they were. They was beating a bunch of scrubs. And then once they played anybody with talent, that's why I say you weren't here. Anytime they played anybody with like talent, they were getting straight up destroyed.
But think about the 6 other home games where the fan base left happy because they accomplished a thing that they're not able to accomplish now.
Well, sure, I'm not arguing.
Look,
with you.
business was good with 9 wins.
Well, business is always going to be. One thing about Nebraska, business is booming.
Yeah, but business is better with 9 wins than 9 losses.
But what's interesting, though, is that 9-win coach got fired, and the one that hasn't made a bowl game in 4 years is still the coach.
Well, I have issue with that as well.
Right.
Well, Mike Riley won.
Like, I'm fair about it. I'm fair.
Mike Riley won 9 games.
Scott Frost.
I'm fair with this.
Mike Riley won 9 games.
No, I'm talking about Scott Frost.
I know who you talking about Scott Frost. I'm talking about Grandpa Mike won 9 games.
Look, I'm not devaluing how anybody felt.
There is no right
in
answer.
Right. I'm not devaluing that. What I'm saying, all I can speak for is me and how I process. And to tell me that if I play 12 games and there's
out.
door 1 where I'm going to win 3 games, and I don't care how you lose the 9, I don't care.
Right.
I don't care. Or the other door, which is 9 wins, except I'm going to lose the biggest game of the year in a horrible fashion. Or 2 or 3.
Get to 4. Okay. And you on national TV, because that's how Frank Solich got fired. Once they turn the TV off or flip the channel to go to another game, okay, I talk about that coaching obituary. This is it right here. Okay,
I'm still walking in the door with 9 wins.
When they went to another game.
Which door are you walking in?
I'm going through 9 wins.
Okay, that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
But I'm not going there every year 9 wins though. Listen here. I'll win 9 games 1 or 2 seasons and get my head beat in 3 other times. But I will tell you, 6 or 7 years down the road, my coaching, like what I'm known for as a coach, can't be like, oh, well, he can beat the scrub teams like Illinois State and Ball State and all them,
and Rutgers,
and go into double overtime against Ball State and McNeese State. But then guess what? When he plays, it doesn't even got to be Ohio State, right? But anytime you play anybody decent,
that's Air Force, that's Naval Academy, that's West Point.
But that's not Nebraska. That's even disrespect to even say that.
No. Wait. Navy, the naval program has value.
I'm not saying they don't have value. I'm not saying they don't have value. I'm not devaluing anybody. But I can sit up there. I would go over to the Naval Academy, even though they would probably wear me out. The UFC, they would probably put me in a triple backdoor lock hold or something, right? Or just go box with me, and I couldn't last a couple. That's fine. But I would have no problem sitting in their office. You ain't never going to be in Nebraska, and you never have been and never will be. What you're doing is great, okay? But if I'm the head coach at Nebraska, 6 or 7 years down the road, so we're talking about Bo Pelini, and I know for a fact it was a mistake when Frank got fired after they turned the TV, when they flipped the channel. I think it was a Texas game, right?
That's what Texter says. Yeah, he got fired after he lost in the national championship.
Yeah, and then first of all, you got embarrassed against Colorado, and you kind of backdoored your way into that game.
Nathan, how many girlfriends have you had in your life?
Like serious girlfriends? Yeah. 3.
3, right?
He got to squint his eye though.
Right, he had to think about it, right?
He didn't look up to the right.
Think about that, right? But you had one that what's the social media thing now? She was a 10, but she can't cook, right? Right. You know she can't cook. She's a 10, she's a 9, but you know what? She can dance, so I'm gonna give her benefit of the doubt. What you had was a 6, 6.5, 7.
Afterwards,
wasn't gonna be real good with the parents, but really cool with your friends.
Oh, that's a 0,
right?
That's 0.
What you had at 9 wins was your lane at the time, and every Husker fan would trade those 9-win seasons for the 3-win season.
Not right now, because here's what you.
Then you get what you deserve.
No. Here's
then
why.
You get what you deserve.
No, it's not, because the fans right now don't know what success is, and they didn't. Yeah, great. They would on the surface. You're talking about 9 wins, like just like you pushing a button.
But they lost to Iowa 62-3.
I understand that. You like if you could push 9, it's like you're going in 9 wins or 3 wins. Every single coach is going to push 9 wins.
Right.
Yep.
Because 9 wins, you know what that gets you in most places is a fat contract, and you're going to win. I mean, look at Kurt Ferentz. He has a lifelong. But when you're pushing 9 wins, and then you can, or like let's say 8, 9 wins, and you get brutally embarrassed on national, then you lose your brand. Then you know what you say?
You embarrassed now.
Hold on.
With 9 losses, you're more embarrassed after 9 losses than you are.
But you're trying to put words in my mouth. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that every 9 wins is a sin because Mike Riley won 9 games.
I get that.
Let me ask you this: which of these teams is closer to competing in the playoff and going to a national championship?
9 wins.
9 wins.
9 wins. 9 wins. Because 9 wins was actually in contention.
No, it wasn't.
But that 3-win team, a team
No,
that
it-
went to the playoff, they should have beat at home, and then 2 teams that went to
None
New
of
Year's
that
Six Bowls
matters.
and kept within possession.
None of that matters.
Neither team was close.
None of that matters.
Neither team was close.
Yeah.
Because
Michigan made the playoff.
Hold on.
They should
Neither
beat
team was
Michigan.
close. It doesn't matter because you know what Michigan's saying? Matter of fact, I know what Michigan's saying. One of my high school teammates is a Michigan alum. And matter of fact, they're celebrating, which I don't even think of Michigan as national champions. But he called me and talked about what they're getting honored when they split with us or whatever.
In 97?
Yeah, I was like, dude, whatever.
Get out of
Yeah,
here.
exactly.
Get out of
I was
here
like,
with
dude,
that.
you guys are paper chin. You know what Michigan alums thought about that game last year? He's like, oh, it was a trap game. We really weren't motivated, but we won anyways. If we'd have played you 10 times, we'd have won 10. That's what Michigan's thinking. Neither team is close, right? Because you lose 9 games for reasons why you're not close to the playoffs. You get blown out in those 3 games that you lose because you're not close. So we said it before. You could win. A team can go 6-6, 8-4, or 9-3, right? Just put 6-6 / 8-4, 9-3, and they both be the same team. That's why you got to use the eye test. That's why you got to look at it deeper than just watching the scoreboard or looking. You got to watch every game because
I agree.
there's things that can happen. You see it at the professional level, but at the end of the day, we don't have that luxury anymore because we're right now our backs against the wall. It's
You want to
fight or flight.
Would you rather be the guy in the UFC who he's won? He beat the champion 1 time versus the guy.
You want to be Buster Douglas or you want to be Mike Tyson?
Right.
Buster Douglas.
But you're trying to compare things. Look, man, you're trying to compare things that's not even comparable. Right now, we are at a place where we got to win. Period. That's all there is to it.
That's all so the wins do matter.
Well, of
we
course.
need a shirt. Can we have
They
one of
do
our?
matter.
Can we have?
I'll tell you this.
No. Hold on. Can we have one of our listeners create a shirt with the Husker logo that says "Winning matters"? Winning football.
Winning
matters.
always matters.
Winning football matters.
Winning always matters.
Miss me with all the other. We was close.
Oh, I never.
What's the guy from the line from the movie?
But who's up here talking about?
What's the line from the movie where the guy says, "Losers make excuses. Winners are home with the prom queen."
I'm gonna tell you right now, I bet you at the end of the season, if Nebraska wins 7 games, you can make an argument the team last year was better. You could.
Give me wins.
That's why you could make the argument
If you watch the tape.
If you watch it, that's why the eye test I think matters.
This is
But
Al,
they'll have 7 wins.
This is Al Davis's new phrase.
Al Davis
Just
is
play
past-
close.
Al Davis is
Just
done.
play close,
Al
baby.
Davis ain't here no
just play close, baby. Just play close.
I have a feeling old school is going to be a fun show. You're going to want to stick around for this one, folks. We're getting into it. We're ready. It's game week. Let's go. That'll do it for us on the block. Old school is next. 93.7 The Ticket. Stick with us.
Jake Bachman here. Before you get back to the golf course, let me tell you about my friends at Solarion. I've been working with them for many years, and